Hey everyone, this is Mei Yu and welcome to Tutorial Thursday. Last week I showed you how to draw and color a cute and easy Fun2draw Rainbow Sundae. Thank you for all your support with your likes, subscribes, and shares. Today I'm going to show you how to draw an Anime Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad step by step. If you want more advanced tutorials, you can see this playlist. For easier anime manga tutorials, you can see this. And for my cute and easy Fun2draw tutorials, you can see this playlist. I hope my different art can help you expand your creativity and drawing skills in different ways. Alright, so first I'm going to use my pencil and let's draw a circle for the head. Okay, so just a simple little circle like that to represent the skull. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Once we have like a round shape, then let's go into the face. So I like to draw a line going at an angle that meets the circle on this side. So she's going to be turned this way. And then I'll touch the circle, then I'll go down towards her cheek. And then I'm going to curve just a little bit. And then keep going down towards the pointy chin. Okay, once we have the chin area, I'm going to start to curve up a little bit more, like this. And then I'll go up towards the cheek and then the jaw, right here. Okay, so we have her jawline, and then the side of the face on that side. Okay, I'm just going to make this skull line a little bit bigger. And then I'll erase this smaller circle. Okay, once we have the basic head and the face shape, let's go into the details. So first I like to draw a middle line for the face. And of course, because she's facing towards the side, this middle line is not actually like in the middle of the shape, but it has to follow the face. So this is going to be the middle part of the face, right here. And let's draw one curved line pretty high up, so this is going to be for the upper eye line or for the eyebrows. And then the lower eye line, let's draw it like that. And you can see how I'm making these lines curved. They're not like straight lines because the head is round, so I like to make the lines follow the contour of the surface. Okay, once we have these, let's go into the features. So I like to start with the nose, and it's going to follow this middle line. Go down like that. And this is just going to be a pretty typical anime character's nose. I've seen lots of characters have a simple pointy line like that. So I think for this tutorial I'll give her a nose like this. And usually I like to draw a little small line for the nostril for my characters. Underneath that, let's go into a mouth and let's give her a nice big smile. So let's draw a line like this and then go down. So we have one curve going across and another one going down, and let's draw one more curve going down this way to form a little triangle for the mouth. If any of you want more practice with drawing different faces and different characters, you can see my other Fun2draw and anime manga tutorials. And then you can see how I handle different features, different hairstyles, and different faces. So I hope that helps you guys. Okay, so once we have this triangle, let's draw a little bit of the teeth. For this tutorial, I'm going to simplify the front teeth, like that, just a line. And then maybe a tongue, like that. Okay, and once we have the mouth, now I'm going into the lips. So for the upper lip, I want to curve up slightly. And then down towards the corner of the mouth right here. Let's make that a little bit longer. Alright, there we go. And then for the bottom lip, I want to follow this curve. Just make it a little bit thicker. Like that. Okay, as I'm drawing this mouth, I think we need the chin to be a little bit bigger. So let's draw the face a little bit longer. So as you're going along your drawing, you can always keep checking your proportions. As you add more features, you might think you might need to make some features bigger, smaller, or longer. So just go ahead and keep adjusting the drawing as you go. Okay, so once we have the chin going into the ear, just drawing a little shape like that, and then we'll leave it for now. Okay, now on to the eyebrows. So for this line here, it's just going to be a guideline. I'm not going to follow it exactly. I'm going to draw the eyebrow starting with a point along this line, and then it's going to arch up like that, and then it will follow the line here. So go down a little bit, and then let's make it thicker. So just draw another line underneath. And the end of the eyebrow will be quite slim, so just taper that off right here. Okay. So something like that. And then the other eyebrow will be very similar. It's going to wrap itself around from that side of the face, and it'll come towards the front. Okay, great. So once we have her eyebrows, let's start with the eyes. So I'm going to go on this side here. Let's imagine a distance, and I'll go down here to start the top eyelid. Go down a little bit, just slightly, and then I'm going to draw her lash line. So this line will be quite thick and dark compared to the other lines. Okay, so once we have the lash line, I want to draw a little corner of it coming down at this angle. Sometimes I like to do this for my characters. Just a little triangular corner like that. And then I'm going to make this a little bit longer on this side. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a little bit of a corner on this side here. And then the lashes can start to come off from this dark line. And they'll go up as thin triangles. Okay, I gave her wild lashes because I think it fits her character. So once we have the lashes here, let's go down towards the bottom part of the eye. And the bottom lid is usually going to be slimmer than the top lid. That's how I like to draw my character's eyes. So just like that. It's a little curve that goes up from this lower eye guide. Okay, once we have this big space, let's fill it in with the iris, and then I'll show you how to draw the highlight and the pupil. So we have a little line coming down, and then we'll have another line here. So this is just one way to draw an anime or manga character's eyes. There are many different ways to do it, but for this tutorial, this is how I'm going to draw it, with the lines like that. Okay, for this highlight, I'm not going to draw the usual oval in the eye. If you like, you can go ahead and do that for yourself. But for this tutorial, I think, for me, I want to draw something a little bit different. And let's try a little oval that kind of goes into this iris part. So I have seen some characters with these kind of highlights in their eyes, and I think that's quite different and very interesting, so I like to try that for today. Okay, so we have this, and then let's go into the pupil, which is just an oval inside the iris, like that. Okay. Okay, so we have her pupil. Let's just shade it in so it stands out. And the pupil is the darkest part of the eye. Let's get that in nice and dark. Alright. And I'll do a little bit of shading in the upper part of the iris, not too much. Basically, I'm just pressing really light on my pencil. But I'm going to ink this drawing over afterwards too, and then you can see how I'm going to handle that with my inking pen. Okay, but for now, let's just leave the eye like this. Let's add a few more of these little lashes on this side. Okay, so we have one eye. Let's go into the second eye on this side. And because of the perspective of the face, everything on this face would be kind of squished compared to this side. And it's also turning around, following the curve of the head. So this is how I'm going to draw this eye. This line is going to be the top part, and then the lash line goes underneath. And because everything's kind of more squished on this side, I'm going to change the proportions to match the perspective. Okay, so I have the lash line, which is quite dark and thick. That's how I like it for the lash line. And then let's draw the eyelashes. Just like that. And maybe a little bit of the eyelashes, and that's it. But you can't really see too much because of how she's turned with her head. Okay, so once we have the top part, let's go into the bottom, just like before, and draw it on the second eye line. Okay, and then the iris, so 2 lines coming down. Followed by the highlight going across, so it's going to be shorter than that. And then the pupil coming down, and it goes underneath the highlight. So when I shade in the pupil, I'm not going to shade in the highlight. Because the highlight has to stay white for a shiny look. Okay, so we have her eyes, and just shade the top part a little bit. Okay, excellent. Now let's go into her hair. But before I do, I think I'll give Harley a cute little heart right here on her cheek. Okay. And by the way, I'm curious, what kind of movies do you guys like to watch? Like superhero movies, action movies, fantasy, adventure, anime? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these guidelines now, so then you can see the face better. Okay, we have her face done. Now let's go into her hair. I'm going to show you how to draw her cool hairstyle step by step. First, I'll start with this curved line that kind of goes up and it follows the curve of the skull. Once I have that, I'm going to draw her bangs first, and I'm going to stylize it for this anime tutorial. Okay, so I'm gonna go up a little bit and then let's go down. So this piece kind of hangs down in front of the face line. And then it's gonna go up here like that and then go down. So now we're forming the thickness of the hair. So I'm going to stylize some parts for this anime tutorial. Okay, good. So we have one piece of the bangs. I'm just drawing another little line for extra detail. Maybe a few more there. Okay, now for the other side, let's go up. Go across a little bit. Okay, now for the underside, let's just draw where the hair meets the head. And then I'm going to go down all the way down. It's okay if you go across the eyebrow and the lashes. And then just keep going down. I've seen many anime characters that actually show their eyebrows and lashes through the hair. I think that's pretty cool. And let's go down on this side for the thickness. Okay, so just like that. I'm just gonna extend this headline towards the hair. Get rid of this part of the face in the hair. Okay, cool. So we have her cool bangs coming down on either side of her face. Let's just draw a few more lines in there for extra detail and texture. And now for the top part of her head, I'm going to draw a curve going around like that. And then another curve. So this line right here is actually the middle part of her head. So that's the part in her hair. And then it's gonna go, just keep going around, keep going, curve, and then go down towards this ear. Let's make this ear a little bit bigger and farther back. Okay, once we have these two curves, let's go into her cool ponytails. Alright, so I'm going to draw, I love her ponytails, I think they're so cute. I'm going to draw the little band on this side to hold the ponytail in place. So it's quite circular, and then from here let's draw a basic shape first. So it's going to come out as a curve, go down, let's go down here. And then for this tutorial, I'm going to give her some nice wavy ends. So like that. And then on this side, let's make the thickness. So another smaller curve. And it's going to go down, go past the ear. Like that. And then let's make her ends very pretty and glamorous looking. Now I'm just drawing more of these basic lines to show the hairstyle better. So like this, she's got some little layers in her hair. Like that. If you want more practice on drawing different hairstyles, you can check out some of these videos. And I hope that helps you create your own different hairstyles for your characters. Okay, so basically just repeat these kind of S lines as you go. So lots of different S curves in here, just keep building them and keep repeating them until you get the hairstyle you like. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a few more lines to break up all of these empty spaces in the hair, so that's gonna make your drawing look more realistic. Okay, once we have this pigtail done, let's go into the other side. So of course you're not going to see this part in this perspective because it's going to be like over here and hidden. But you're going to see, of course, this big curve coming up. So let's draw that coming out like that on this side. And then just same thing, it's going to go down and then have the nice glamorous wavy ends at the bottom. Okay, this line is going to go out and then imagine it coming down, and maybe it's going to go close to the face and then into the ends. So I have a lot of these curved lines repeating. That really helps you build the volume in your hair. And then let's curve the other way. And then curve back. Okay, I think she's looking pretty cool. So she's got her cool little pigtails going on, and for this area it looks very bare, so let's add these lines to show the direction of the hair, and that's going to make this area look more realistic. So all of the hair is going to be coming in towards this area because they're being pulled in towards the pigtail. And then on this side you're not going to see that, but we can show the direction of the hair going towards that point. Okay, let's add a little bit of the ear. Okay, and now for her body. So let's draw a neck going down. For this tutorial I'm only going to go up to like her front, so it won't be the whole body, because I like to focus on her face and the upper body for this tutorial. So we have her neck, and then for the shoulder, comes out maybe right around here. I think I'm gonna adjust the shoulder. Let's move the shoulder up to give her more of an attitude. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's a more playful look. Just by raising that shoulder, you're kind of changing the whole look of the character, which I think is pretty cool. Let's draw the shoulder like that. And then her front kind of goes out. So here's a curve. And then the body. And then for the other side, so this shoulder is going to be going back down like this. Maybe the arm is bent a little bit. And then this front would be a curve like that. And then her body like this. Okay, so I just finished drawing the other line for the arm. And then this arm kind of goes against the body. Okay, now let's put on some details for her top. So let's draw the collar. And I'm going to simplify some things to make it easier for you guys to follow along. So I'm going to draw the collar kind of like that. So it has a nice little opening for the neck. And then let's add a few wrinkles around major folds and areas in the body to make the fabric look soft. So I have some lines around the bust area and then maybe another little wrinkle before it kind of ends around the waist. Okay, I'm just going to draw a little line for her shorts, but I'm not going to go into the details of the shorts. And then let's imagine the middle line for the body, so maybe her belly button's right around here. And then her sleeves. I'm going to draw 2 stripes near the elbow area, and I'm keeping the line slightly curved to show the curve of the surface in the arm. So here are the other 2 on this side. And then she's got this red area on top. So I'm just going to draw the major things of the clothing. And then she's got this cool choker around the neck. And I'll just draw some quick little details. I'm not going to go into too much of the specific things in there. Okay, so once we have those, I'm going to draw a little bit of the collarbone. I usually like to draw that for my characters. Okay, there we go. And then here, let's draw Daddy's little monster. I like that, that's so cute. So I'm going to simplify the details in the letters for this tutorial. So here's a D, and then here's an A, D, D, Y, and then the S. Then the L is quite loopy. So here we go, we've got basic shape for the L, like that. And then the I, and then the other L. And then a little space. The M is quite stylized, so I'm going to start it with a curve like that. Okay, that's how you can draw Harley Quinn as an anime character, and now I'm gonna ink it. Okay, so I'm gonna use my brush pen to go over the drawing with some black lines. And I'm not gonna do this step by step, but if you want to see how I ink a picture step by step, you can see this tutorial, and I hope that helps. So first I'm going over the lines in the face. And then I'll go into the other areas of the drawing. Okay, so I got her cool smile, and now for her eyes, let's go into the upper eyelid. And for the lash line, I'm going to make it quite thick. And here comes her nice lashes. Okay, now I'm going into the eye, so I have the highlight, and now I'm going into the iris area. The pupil, let's make it really dark. And for the light shading above this area here, so let's go into the shading with some little lines. I just have 3 little lines right here. So that's going to represent a little bit of the shading that I did before, but I'm not going to go in too much because I do like how bright and white the iris is at the bottom, because I like the contrast between the white of the iris and then the dark part of the pupil. I think that's quite striking, so I'll leave it like that. Okay, so I have one eye done, and now I'm going into the other one. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy this, and let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. And thank you for supporting art and my Fun2draw channel with your likes, subscribes, and by sharing my Fun2draw videos with your friends and social media. I'll see you every week on Tutorial Thursday and Fun Friday. There you go!